Hi, I'm Gemma Gaudette, host of Idaho Matters here at Boise State Public Radio. You know that feeling when you're driving through the middle of nowhere here in Idaho, but you still get NPR on the dial? That's not just luck. That's actually public radio doing its job. It's bringing you real news, local stories, and smart conversations no matter where you are. If that matters to you, please donate. Go to boisestatepublicradio.org/funding.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's daily news. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. We've got a number of important stories for you today, including the Central District Board of Health will vote this week on whether to pull the COVID vaccine from distribution. We'll tell you how yesterday went at the Boise airport on the first day that those real IDs with the star on it are required to board a domestic flight. We'll also tell you about animals adopting animals. It's all coming your way. It is Thursday, May the 8th, 2025, and here come today's stories. There is a ruling in the lead-up to the murder trial of Brian Kohberger. He's accused in the November 2022 murders of 4 University of Idaho students. You'll remember that the Kohberger trial was moved down to Ada County in order to access a larger pool of potential jurors. District Judge Stephen Hippler has now ruled that Kohberger's immediate family will be allowed to attend that trial. One other ruling from Judge Hippler, he partly granted the prosecution's request to conduct their own health examination of Kohberger. The ruling said prosecutors will not be allowed to conduct a separate personality hearing. If convicted, prosecutors say they intend to seek the death penalty. Now to the Magic Valley. 2 motorcyclists were killed last evening in a crash just south of Twin Falls. State police say one of the motorcyclists was traveling eastbound on State Highway 74 and was attempting to make a left turn when it collided with another motorcycle. Both drivers were wearing helmets, but both motorcyclists died from injuries suffered during the crash. The road was blocked through much of last night. An investigation is continuing. A Treasure Valley classroom was quickly evacuated yesterday when pepper spray was released. Officials at Eagle High School say the incident occurred in an English class. A school nurse evaluated each student after students and staff were moved to a social center for the remainder of the period. School officials say the pepper spray had been in a student's backpack. Pepper spray is prohibited on the campus. Law enforcement was notified, and the incident is being reviewed. On Friday, the Central District Board of Health will vote on whether to pull the COVID-19 vaccine from distribution. That would mean local health department offices, which primarily serve people without health insurance, would no longer offer the COVID vaccine. Troy Oppie reports.
The board, chaired by former state lawmaker and local chiropractor Greg Furch, will hear information on the COVID vaccines from Central District Health staff and local family practice doctor Sandy Mudge, according to the board's public agenda. Idaho's largest health district would not be the first to discontinue offering COVID-19 vaccines. The Southwest Health District Board voted last year to pull the shots. And the Trump administration, without evidence, has questioned the safety of the shots, with plans to require additional testing of vaccines before they're released to the public. Dr. Ted Epperly, CEO of First Circle Health and a former Central District Health Board member, said on Idaho Matters Wednesday the federal efforts could likely make COVID shots harder to get and potentially could torpedo the development of future COVID vaccines.
This, for people who want to get the COVID vaccine, will take that possibility and choice away from them. It's antithetical to a good public health system that's trying to help ensure people's health.
The board is expected to take up the COVID vaccine issue around 11 a.m. Troy Oppie, Boise State Public Radio News.
Public testimony is allowed, and again, the Central District Board of Health meeting is scheduled for Friday morning. Just about every day is busy at the Boise airport, and then there are those days with extra activity, and yesterday was indeed one of those days. Yesterday was the first day where real IDs with the star on the license were required to board a domestic flight. They're also now necessary to enter a federal building. At the airport, as you can imagine, there were plenty of questions.
At this point, it seems to be going smoothly in Boise. I don't know that that's the case everywhere. I'm sure I'll hear more about it later today from my colleagues.
That is Airport Director Rebecca Hupp briefing the Boise Airport Commission yesterday. She reminds us that if people have the real ID with the star, there is a line for that at TSA, but then there are several lines at TSA now.
Now we have clear, pre-check, verified real ID, not verified real ID. And then if you're not verified as a real ID, then you go through a separate screening process. But it's really about queuing and getting as many passengers through as we can.
For the record, you heard her say non-verified real ID. Simply put, what that means is the old driver's license without the star on it. That will now require a longer background check at TSA if you don't have the real ID with the star. Now to north central Idaho and something pleasant. It's a story about pet adoptions. Indeed, animal caregivers remind us there's always a need for people to adopt dogs or cats. This story is about animals adopting animals. In Lewiston, Rachel Sun has this report for Northwest Public Broadcasting.
When I visit Allison Wright's home, there's a little mama cat named Gretel chasing down a litter of adopted kittens to give them tongue baths.
What are you doing? Oh, does he need a bath? Oh, he's really dirty.
Wright, an animal foster with the nonprofit Helping Hands Rescue, says Gretel had just had a litter of kittens. They were born prematurely through C-section when Wright took her in.
The bigger, stronger one, which was still really tiny, survived about a week or so. But when he finally passed, she was just crying and crying and crying.
Wright decided she needed to do something.
Lark, another foster, had some babies about the same age that she was bottle feeding. And I'm like, hey, do you think I can steal those and see if we can put them with mama? None of them are biologically hers, but she is the best mama.
Helping Hands volunteers are currently caring for about 60 kittens, with a wait list to take in more. Wright says one of the best things to prevent that is spaying and neutering pets. The nonprofit offers financial assistance for spays and neuters. I'm Rachel Sun in Lewiston, Idaho.
And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here on Friday. To stay in touch with the news between now and then, check out boisestatepublicradio.org, or better yet, download the free Boise State Public Radio app. And thanks for listening.